Well, we made it through another NFL season, and now you have to listen to insufferable Eagles fans remind you that they won a Super Bowl. If you're a fan of any of the other 31 teams, you're already looking forward to next year's Super Bowl because hope is all we have, unless you're a Giants fan like me. So where are the next 3 confirmed Super Bowls being played? Where do we think they will go after that? What's good or bad about these stadiums? Why were they picked? Have they hosted before? And why am I in hell as a Giants fan? Let's answer all of that right after this. Have you heard of the new cure for hair loss? It's called the Dome Shaver Pro from Manscaped. That's right, Bald Kings. Welcome to life on easy mode, as you can throw away those old razors, that expensive shaving cream, and stop literally cutting yourself. Look, I'm not gonna use a strong word like love because that sounds like commitment, but okay. I love this product. It's lightweight, has skin-safe technology, and with Flex Adjust, it conforms to your bald ass head. Its powerful motor spins these blades at 8,000 RPM, and the battery has up to 60 minutes of runtime. Oh, and it's waterproof too. And cleanup is so easy. These blades just come off. You tap it and you're good to go. Trust me, this product is lit, and Manscaped is offering you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Try it risk-free. You won't be disappointed. So after this video, join the over 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. Head on over to manscaped.com/5-points and get 20% off and free international shipping. Again, that's manscaped.com/5-points from the link below or pin comment and get 20% off the Dome Shaver Pro and free shipping. 2026 Super Bowl LX, Levi Stadium, Santa Clara, California. This will be the second time Levi Stadium will host a Super Bowl, having hosted Super Bowl 50 here in 2016, which in Roman numerals would have been Super Bowl L for the giant one the Panthers took. Levi Stadium was opened only 2 years prior in 2014, so it was surprising how quickly the stadium was awarded a Super Bowl. Its listed capacity is 68,000. However, it was expanded to over 70,000 to meet the minimum seating requirements to host the tremendous contest. Architecturally, Levi Stadium is quite interesting. One side is configured to be regular seating, and the other is basically a large building that houses luxury suites, a visible representation of class warfare, which makes perfect sense as to why the NFL would want to have Super Bowls here. More luxury suites equals more dollars, and the highest demand game of the year, corporations are absolutely willing to pay the big money to entertain guests in a climate-controlled environment. Levi Stadium also has a rooftop farm which grows some of the ingredients for the club suite's food: herbs, tomatoes, peppers, even zucchini, while the peasants that can only afford general seating have to eat food that was picked the day before. Haha, you poors. Levi's checks off all the boxes for a Super Bowl venue: plenty of parking, hotels, and public transportation. Now, there were some issues with the turf in Super Bowl 50, but I am sure those have been solved in the 11 years the stadium has been open, and plus, the weather is generally nice. It should be a good Super Bowl next year, one the Giants won't be in. 2027 Super Bowl LXI, SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles, California. The Super Bowl will stay in California in 2027, making back-to-back appearances in the state. The last time that happened was in 2020 and 2019 when Raymond James in Tampa and Miami Gardens in Miami hosted in the state of Florida in consecutive years, which also happened in 2009 and 2010 with the exact same stadiums. Fun fact, the only stadium to host the Super Bowl in consecutive years was the Orange Bowl, which hosted Super Bowls 2 and 3 in 1967 and 1968. What are we talking about here again? Oh yeah, SoFi Stadium. This will already be the second Super Bowl this place is hosting, and it only opened in 2020. The first one was Super Bowl LVI in 2021, where Eli Apple got burnt like Drake during Kendrick's halftime show, and the Rams won it all in their home stadium. You know, the one that the Chargers hang out in. It's crazy that a Super Bowl was awarded to a stadium after only 1 year in existence. However, this place was essentially built for that purpose, and there's no way Stan Kroenke wasn't going to leverage his influence to get multiple ones in this place. Another interesting fact, because I'm full of them, before 2021, the last time the Super Bowl was played in LA County was Super Bowl 27, when the Cowboys beat the Bills in Pasadena. SoFi Stadium is one of the largest and most sophisticated stadiums ever built by humanity, as it's more like a campus than it is a stadium. Its dug-in seating bowl combined with temperate Southern California weather eliminated the need for air conditioning. The roof is actually more to keep it from getting too much sun than it is to prevent rain, because it never rains in Southern California. Inside the stadium is an additional venue, the YouTube Theater, which seats 6,000, so you could theoretically have a watch party at the Super Bowl that is better attended than a Tampa Bay Rays game. I could easily see this venue hosting a Super Bowl every 5 years. And now for our final confirmed Super Bowl location, before we speculate on where they are going to next, 2028 Super Bowl LXII, Mercedes-Benz Arena, Atlanta, Georgia. One of my favorite NFL stadiums, Mercedes-Benz Arena opened in 2017 and hosted a Super Bowl only 2 years later, as it's pretty clear the NFL likes them young, just like Bill Belichick. Mercedes checks all the boxes for not only being functional, accessible, affordable, and practical, but it's also aesthetically pleasing. Yes, the retractable roof is amazing. However, the side windows that let in natural light are the chef's kiss. Mercedes-Benz previously hosted the most boring Super Bowl in history, as the New England Patriots squeezed the life out of the Los Angeles Rams in a display more painful than a prostate exam with no lube. Okay, enough about the known stadiums. Let's talk about the next 5 Super Bowls. The announcement schedule for these vary, but they usually select a venue by October of the following season so that the Giants and Jets can plan their vacations accordingly. I'm going to speculate for the next 5 years, so that would be Super Bowl 63 to 67. 2029 Super Bowl 63, AT&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas. It's shocking that Jerry World has only hosted one of these way back in 2011, and the Super Bowl hasn't even been played in Texas since Super Bowl 51. What happened in that game again? Jerry World meets all the criteria: hotel, parking, Walmarts, etc. Honestly surprised it's only hosted one Super Bowl to this point, given Jerry's influence over the league. Not on winning though. 2030 Super Bowl 64, new Nissan Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee. You know, the NFL loves shiny new stadiums and they love new markets, so this one makes perfect sense. Nashville's new stadium, new Nissan Stadium, is set to open in 2027 and is in line to follow the trend of new stadium, new Super Bowl venue. Nashville is already a tourist destination that can accommodate the influx of partygoers and prostitute enjoyers, and the Dome Stadium eliminates any weather concerns. I'm calling this one now. New Nissan Stadium will host a Super Bowl, Nashville's first. 2031 Super Bowl 65, Miami Gardens, Florida. The Super Bowl has to go back to Florida, right? The last one in the state was the COVID Bowl in Tampa in the aging Raymond James Stadium in 2020. Probably the last one that stadium will see. Miami Gardens, aka Hard Rock Stadium, was upgraded in 2015 and has had steady improvements to this day that keep it Super Bowl relevant, unlike the team that plays in it. 2032 Super Bowl 66, NRG Stadium, Houston, Texas. Currently undergoing upgrades to their video boards and refreshing of amenities. I feel like the Super Bowl wants to come back to the Texas market sooner rather than later in the 2030s. It would have been a full 16 years since the city of Houston hosted the big game. Again, what happened in that game? Though this stadium would be 30 years old at that point and completely unappealing to Bill Belichick, it doesn't need to change. It's designed well and it's Super Bowl ready. So yeehaw, print them dollars. And finally, our last Super Bowl speculation, 2033 Super Bowl 67. This one is a toss-up between 3 established stadiums and 2 possible wild cards. Allegiant, SoFi again, and State Farm Stadium could all be in play, as it seems like the plan is to give each of these a Super Bowl every 10 years, like they do with New Orleans. However, there are some dark horses in the mix, as in 5 years from now, New Everbank Stadium should be open, or the Brook Park proposal for Cleveland, or the new stadium in Chicago, if that ever happens. However, those last 2 are certainly risky. One ice storm and the Super Bowl is fucked. And honestly, I have no faith in either organization to get their stadiums built on time or at all at this point. But if you want to put me in a corner and predict what I think will happen in 5 years, I'll say that Allegiant Stadium gets the Super Bowl, and by then, Mark Davis' haircut will still be horrible. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. It really helps the channel.